Executive Brief. Executive Brief.
My good people of Abia State, it is my honor and pleasure to address
From the seat of governance in Abia, God's own state, comes a compendium of the governor's weekly engagement in the service to humanity and God.
This government is in its second and final tenure, and therefore we are in a hurry to gain traction and achieve what our mandate the people have given to us and defined for us as assignment.
Join the Chief Press Secretary to Abia State Governor Onyebuchi Ememanka on Flow 94.9 FM as he tracks Governor Okezie Ikpeazu's activities in delivering on the social contract with the good people of Abia State.
We have received awards and acknowledgement as the SME capital of Nigeria in recent times.
Executive Brief every Friday at 9:30 a.m. on Flow 94.9 FM, the flow of God's own state. Executive Brief from the horse's mouth.
There is now a deliberate effort to ensure that our infrastructure is solid and durable.
It is another edition of the Executive Brief right here on Flow 94.9 FM, and it's also a simulcast on Real FM Aba. A very good morning to you and welcome to the program. My name is Chioma Nkwanta Ezengwa, and with me this morning is the Chief Press Secretary to the Governor, Barrister Ememanka. You're welcome.
Thank you very much, Chioma Nkwanta. I am surprised to see you in the studio. You should be completing in the middle of your honeymoon by now.
We took a break from the honeymoon.
You don't take breaks from honeymoon. I don't know why Samson has pulled you out from your honeymoon. You know, he's the bachelor. He doesn't understand these things. But it's okay. Let's shoot.
You're welcome. So today is the 15th day of January, and today we're celebrating the armed forces in the world. Yes, we know that the governor is particular about the armed forces. So what's his take on this morning?
Well, today is the Armed Forces Remembrance Day proper. It's a day set aside in the country to remember the sacrifices of our men and women in uniform, especially those who laid down their lives in the different conflicts and different wars that were fought in this country to keep the nation together. So it's a day set aside by the federal government to celebrate and remember the sacrifices and honor the sacrifices made by these gallant men and women in uniform. So here in Abia State, the state government will also observe that today. There's usually the commemorative laying of wreaths at the tomb of the unknown soldier, and the state government will be fully involved in that. I think the Deputy Governor of Abia State, Saudo Okochukwu, will stand in for the governor at the event today.
Okay, all right, that's amazing. Now let's look at developments in the state, and so far so good. This is January, but we know that there are some developments that is going on in the state, like the commissioning of some roads in the state. Can we talk about that?
Well, it's part of the kinetic Abia movement. Last week, I think this week, yes, the governor commissioned 3 roads in Aba and flagged off the reconstruction of one. Most importantly is Osusu Road. That is the one that has given the opposition a lot of headache, giving them a lot of sleepless nights, giving them a lot of migraine as I speak. The construction of Osusu Road shot up their blood pressure because they never knew that that road will ever see life again. Beautifully constructed, beautifully paved, with solid drainages. It was done with the rigid pavement technology and end to end. You know, that road has effected a kind of paradigm shift in the recovery of our Baba Adikba's administration. And yes, it is also a clear signal to what is to come in the months ahead. This year will be a harvest of projects. by the Ibaz administration in Aba. A lot of roads will be commissioned this year. As I speak to you, roads like Milverton, Ezuku, and Ojike are 99% ready for commissioning. I think before the end of this month, that trinity of roads will be commissioned to increase this infrastructure stock in Aba. Also on that day, the governor also flagged off the total reconstruction of Omoma Road. That's another activity that sent the opposition online elements into a temporary coma. I don't know, a lot of them are yet to recover. But I can tell you that when you fix Ososo Road and fix Omoma Road, then the recovery of Aba is on full throttle. And the Commissioner for Works also, that they made it clear that the governor has asked them to completely re-asphalt the entire Okigwe Road. When you re-asphalt, redo Okigwe Road with Fox Road in place, Omoma Road to be fixed, then gradually Aba is returning. On that day too, the governor went to Ngwa Road to look at the pace of work there. And I must tell you that the governor was not satisfied with what he saw at Ngwa Road. And when he got to Asusu Road for the commissioning, he made a pronouncement, a definite executive pronouncement. And he said that if in the next 4 weeks, the pace of work at Ngwa Road, Ohanko, Obuohia does not increase to an appreciable level, that he will sack the Commissioner for Works and Commissioner for Environment. And he was very serious about it. In fact, 2 nights ago, I saw the Honorable Commissioner for Works, Barrister Bob Ogu, the Honorable Commissioner for Environment, Barrister Tony Wammo, with their permanent secretaries at the Governor's Lodge in Aba. They were just stepping out of a meeting with the governor, and the looks on their faces told the story. My inquiries showed that the governor gave them a marching order and demanded to see a work plan, which they presented to the governor on work on Ngwa Road, Obuohia, and Ohanko. Okay. So with this, that triumvirate of roads at that area and the one commissioned, coupled with ongoing works across the state, especially in Aba, the teaching hospital road work is moving steadily. I was there the other day. They are doing earthworks now. Some people, I didn't want to put up pictures. Some other of my colleagues, when they got excited and took pictures and put it out there, I wanted to wait a little, especially when till the work appreciates to the level of stone basin. Okay. But I can assure you that from what I saw there, and with the pace of work going, before the end of this dry season, that road will be open to the public. All
right, okay. There are news making the rounds that while the governor went to inspect the ongoing road construction at Izuku and Meverton Road, he disclosed something about decongesting Meverton and moving the luxury bus park away from there.
Well, it's still something he is considering seriously. Okay. Milverton Avenue has strong historical antecedents. One of the things that define that road, Milverton, is the fact that it's right from historical times, from the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, that has been the major Aba bus, luxurious bus terminal. Yeah. Those days, those who were traveling to Lagos, to the north, will always come to Milverton. Milverton is a short road, but very critical in terms of economic importance. So, but times are changing, and the congesting Abatan as a whole is something that is very desirable. I believe the governor has the best of intentions. There is need to, recalibrate the entire standards of our urban renewal, and part of that is a thought about moving the luxury bus terminals out from Milverton to create room for more economic activities there. Okay,
all right. The state government seems to be so much involved in beautification of Abia State, the capital. That there's installation of street lights, there's painting of the roads. What's up with that?
Well, it's part of the recovery of our towns. Let me use this opportunity to thank, on behalf of the governor of Abia State, the residents and people of Umuatako Street in Aba. Some time ago, after the governor repaired the road, the governor installed street lights at Umuatako, and those street lights have been there. Today they will be on tomorrow, because it hadn't been connected to a sustainable power source. Okay. But I last night the residents called me, and I went over, because it's quite close to my area. It's actually part of our place. So when I went there, they told me that the residents came together in order to help government, raised money on their own, and hooked the entire street lights on Umuatako to the main power source of EEDC. So today, the street lighting at Umuatako has been hooked on to a sustainable power supply. Okay. So once there is light, once it's night, they will have light. And let this be an example to other people who are lucky to have street lights. Remember, and I say this, as at 2015 or even before then, we were not used to street lights in Aba, except the ones installed by private individuals around their areas. You will never find government street lights. But as we speak today, if you go to Abe alone or Umuahia here, those of you who live in Umuahia in the night will know there are street lights and more are coming. In Aba, it's the same thing. As we speak, there are about 2,000 street lights ready for installation today. I have seen them where they are parked. The governor has told the people of Osusu Road that he will give them a few months to see how far they can go in managing environmental cleanliness around Osusu Road. That if he's impressed, he is going to put street lights there. And this is an opportunity also to appeal to the conscience of our people in Aba and Umuahia, and indeed any part of the state, to see government infrastructure facilities put in place by government using taxpayers' money as their own. When people pour dirt or convert drainage channels into dustbins, you go to drainage channels, even in the newly constructed Osusu Road, you see people dumping all kinds of rubbish into that drainage channel. You see people lumping a whole tire, they will put it inside the drainage, and then when it rains, the whole place is flooded, and they begin to blame government. I want to appeal to our people, like Ikbazu told them the day he came to commission Osusu Road. He said he doesn't live in Osusu Road, he doesn't own any shop there, he doesn't own any house there, and he doesn't intend to. So that this road, government has spent money on this road, use rigid pavement technology, the cement technology, and a layer of asphalt with double drainage on both sides, end to end. Now, if the people who live around that area are unable to take care of the facilities government has given to them, that is their problem. So it's an appeal to our people to please change our attitude to government property. There's nobody whose name is government. The people who were governors 15 years ago are no longer governors today. Ikbazu will not be governor of Abia State beyond May 29th, 2023. Some other person will take over. So when you say Obasaraha, well, it's your business. If you allow government facility, there is a mad rush for projects across the state. Now, if your own area is lucky and they fall into the initial plans of government, and you have roads done for you, you have drainages done for you, you have street lights installed for you, and you allow it to spoil, or you even spoil it. Some of them burn tires in the guise of celebrating Christmas. They burn tires on the road, forgetting that asphalt and fire are not friends. The moment you burn cause fire on top of asphalt, it degrades the asphalt, and from there it begins to go down in quality and deteriorate. So if you spoil the roads done for you by government, it's your business. Now, but government does not have money to return to any road they had done before, when there are thousands of other roads begging for attention. So
now, with all of this being done by the governor, some people still think that he's not doing enough.
Yes, you see, life is hard for the blind. When you see blind people, please have mercy on them. They go through a lot. Political mischief and extreme opposition has blinded a lot of people. They are free to say what they want to say, but the people of Aba and indeed the people of Umuahia, look at today from Uchenna Junction here in Umuahia up to ShopRite, it's been resurfaced. You people live in Umuahia. I remember when we were doing Aba Road at the initial stages here. I think it was Samson Eze and myself and the other guy one evening. I told them that in my days as a lawyer, when I used to come to Umuahia to do practice, when I used to visit some places in Umuahia, either the Ministry of Lands or the court, I saw people using shovel and headpan to walk on this Aba Road. I saw it with my eyes. And I did say that day that Ibazu was going to deliver that Aba Road. Today, Aba Road is a beauty to behold. You can drive on it with your eyes closed, fully dualized. We stopped from Uchenna Junction, we moved straight to Isikot. No, the railway. Now we have moved from the railway beyond the old Umuahia. Now the walk has continued again afresh from that market around Obakala, heading to Obakala Junction. The work is on. You know, they are installing medians now. I told you that the governor has approved contract to move that project from the railway up to Obakala Junction. I mean, we have been in this state all this while. I am Makoto Mwahadi before. I am Makoto Abadi before. And you know, when people claim they don't see these things, I simply have pity. I just sympathize with them. But whether they like it or not, the Aba Resurgimento is on. The Abia recovery is on, and no stopping it.
Okay.
And yes, the Osisioma flyover, I passed there again this morning, and I can tell you that work is moving frantically.
Okay.
The sound feeling of the risers and descenders are at 85%. You know, when we say these things, they are there. Go and see them. The governor has said it, and the contractors have confirmed that they have been paid 100%. The contractor handled the China Zonghao, they've been paid 100% on the flyover. So so I can assure you 3-4 months from today, there was here my flyover. Yeah, man, the day we will commission this flyover,
we're actually taking your assurance right now.
The day we will commission that flyover, I will swallow apple morning, afternoon, night that day. The first ever flyover in Abia State, ever, since God created the world. Okay.
Add a little fruit to the apple.
No fruit.
Okay, away from developmental issues, let's look at what's happening in the country as regards the fact that the president has been having, the governor, I beg your pardon, has been having a lot of media engagements, and he has been speaking on a lot. He spoke lately on the newly elected leader of the Ohanese and Igbo. And what's your take on this? The election and everything from your principal.
At the last count, the governor has spoken to about 4 top media stations, channels, AIT. Yesterday he was on Arise TV, and the list is increasing. Everybody wants to talk to Governor Ibas, and Governor Ibas is not even the chairman of the Southeast Governors Forum. The election was not conducted in Abia State, it was conducted in Imo State, and the Ohanese zoned their presidency to Imo State. So it's heartwarming that every news organization wants to speak to Governor Okezi Ibas on not just the Ohanese election, but the quest for Igbo presidency in 2023. And the governor has not disappointed. You know, he has a way of conveying his thoughts, and our position on the Ohanese election is very simple. Professor George Obiozo is the new President General of the Ohanese and Igbo. I understand there is one other person somewhere, but an election where the 5 Southeast governors supported and actually took part. We were in Owerri on the eve of the election. The governors were all there to, put things together at the government house, Owerri. We were there throughout the night. why the governors put heads together, all the major leaders of Igbo land, the real leaders, the traditional Obi of Onisha them, Emmanuel Iwuanyanwu them, the immediate past president, Nyanwodo, Idu Igari, all the main people who speak for Igbo land were there. So those people who said the factional leadership, I want to repeat what Governor Ikpeazu said. He said that if people have chosen to be drivers in a stationary vehicle instead of being conductors in a moving vehicle, good luck to them. Okay. Ohaneze Ndi Igbo is marching forward. The Igbo nation is marching forward, and we are very serious, like the governor said, about pushing for the presidency of this country in 2023. We have the capacity. We have shown enough investment, emotional investment in this country. There is no part of Nigeria you won't find Igbos. There is no ethnic group in this country that can match the Igbo nation in terms of emotional investment in this country. And so we deserve every other major ethnic group. The Hausas have had a shot. The Yorubas have had a shot. The Jaws have had a shot. The only major ethnic group in Nigeria that is yet to have a shot at the presidency of Nigeria is the Igbo nation. And I believe 2023 is our year. And with governors like Ikpeazu on the forefront and the other Southeast governors, I think we'll succeed.
Okay, that's amazing. Thank you so much, Barrister Onyebuchi Ememanka, for being on the program this morning. But I need you to say something concerning the 600,000 jobs that the governor said will be provided soon.
Yeah, it's the Enyimba Economic City. It's a trans-generational project.
Okay.
And it's a project that focuses on the future. The governor's position is clear. If we want to make progress as a state, as a people, we must talk jobs, jobs, and jobs. Because our population will like triple or double in the next 20-30 years. And if we don't provide enough jobs to match this growing population, especially of young people, then we'll have a big problem on our hands. And that is the philosophy behind the Enyimba Economic City, which is substantially private sector driven. Okay. Government is providing level playing field. Government is providing institutional support to make this thing happen. And it will happen. Most of the approvals are in place. The federal government has invested a lot of money into this project. The Abia State government is investing. A group of institutional investors from across the African continent are investing. And it can only get better.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. And that's it on the Executive Brief today. Another edition will be back next Friday. My name is Chioma Nkwanta Ezengwa. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Flow 94.9 FM. We've got conducive and well-secured environment for business. High-tech video studio, a state-of-the-art production studio. You can also listen live on www.flow949fm.com and watch our videos on YouTube at Flow FM TV. Flow 94.9 FM, not just radio, but a complete broadcasting house.